Hello and welcome to Fireside History. Last time I discussed the war with Egypt, but that was a bit in the future. I got a little hasty there. Now, today I'm going to roll back the clock a little and just kind of discuss the end of the Great War with Mitanni. Now, the war thus far had resulted in Shupillumish generally getting the upper hand and dismantling a great deal of the territories of Mitanni bit by bit and drawing them into the Hittite fold. Now, he finally at last crushed Mitanni. But he did so with a different kind of tactic, worthy of certain French kings and even German ones in the later medieval age, wherein he took one of the claimants to the throne, Shatiwaza, married one of his daughters to him, and forced him to basically pay homage to him. And then he gave authority to his son, the viceroy, Sharikushu, and ordered him to reestablish Shatiwaza on the Mitannian throne. Having supported by my hand Shatiwaza, son of Tushrada the king, I will let him sit upon his father's throne. And in order that the land of Mitanni, which is a great country, be not destroyed, I, the great king, king of Hatti, will let the Mitanni country live. Now, this is a direct excerpt from Shupilliumish's Shatiwaza Treaty, and at the end of which, he basically reduces Shatiwaza to his vassal. And having accomplished this, he can now turn his attention to Egypt. And it's at this point that he declares war. And his war with Egypt, as stated, would kind of result in his own death. Because, well, the plague brought by Egyptian prisoners of war, as stated, well, wiped out a chunk of the population. Interestingly and tragically, Shupilliumish contracted the plague himself, which brings us to the next period in Hittite history, the reigns of Arnuwanda II and Mershali II, both of whom inherited the plague problem and the Babylonian princess Tawananna, who's the wicked stepmother of Hittite history, preying upon, well, these princes. So, yeah, situation not good when Daddy died. He left a mess. And he left them with a war with Egypt, plague sweeping across the kingdom, or the empire, I should say, and a queen dowager who's hostile to everyone. Yeah, that was going to go down great. Although we shouldn't judge Shupilliumish too harshly, as he was a great man. He reshaped history. He conquered kingdoms and empires as though they were nothing. He took what was effectively the Hittites on the verge of dissolution and turned the situation around so that they were the dominant force in the Bronze Age. And his son Mershali would go a long way towards maintaining the status and even improving it slightly. So, with the aid, of course, of Telepinu and Sharikushu. So, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. And tell me what you think of the fact that Shupilliumish left this kind of mess, and whether or not you blame him, because I don't. He was a grieving father. On the other hand, the stepmother thing could have been resolved. So, once again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment.